Hey, this is Shane Riordan, 670 The Score in Chicago. Former Little League teammate, junior high classmate, and high school classmate of RJ. You're watching ECSports.
Do you know who you're messing with? Do you know who you're messing with?
Sleigh bells ring. Are you listening?
This dude, Steph, he's break.
All right, my bad. EC Sports, we're getting started. Dion and Ricky,
Fucking with
we-
candles up.
we are very. I'm just gonna put that right there for now.
Yeah.
We are very excited to have a special guest on today's show. It is December 23rd. We're getting ready to hop into our holiday season. We're in the holiday season. But we started to bring in a special guest with us, our boy Shane Riordan.
Meat man.
Yeah, that's him from 670 The Score. Real old school friend of mine. Known him since middle school. Played a little league baseball with him.
He played or you played?
We both played
Oh,
little
you
league
played?
baseball together.
Wow.
So we're excited to have him on. Shane, how you doing, man?
Good. How you guys doing? Good to see you.
Good to see you, man. Shane, thank you for hopping on the show with us, man. Real quick, just tell everybody where they can find you, social media handles, all that good stuff.
Yeah, so Twitter it's at Shane_Riordan. Riordan's Riordan, and Instagram is at Shane's Meat in terms of food and not phallic figures.
Oh, okay. Well,
I don't know what your limitations are. I don't know if I can say.
No, we have no limitations.
please, actually,
Shit ass pussy. There you go.
you're right. I have to ask about that for clarification for the fans on the show. We're on the live feed. Shane's Meat, as you said, it is a food IG account. I'm a fan personally. You be doing some things with some meat that honestly people should be paying for an OnlyFans account for. But why don't you tell us a little bit about what you got going on with your
Pause.
extracurricular
Pause me.
endeavors as far as Shane's Meat?
So you're my inspiration. You were the culinary guy in high school, and I've always wanted to be exactly like you.
Wow.
When I moved out on my own after high school, it's either you start cooking for yourself or you're paying $20 a meal to eat out every single time. And I always cooked a little bit. My parents were real good cooks, but I just jumped right into it, and I turned out to be pretty good at it, and there's good reception around it. So I created an Instagram account around it, and I'm up to 1,300, 1,400 followers,
Nice.
something like that.
Sick.
Basically just posting pictures of steak and chicken and the
Wow.
process of that. It's a nice escape from, working in sports radio all the time and all that bullshit that surrounds that. To go home and make dinner and throw that on the Instagram, it's a nice distraction.
Yeah, man. What's your go-to thing to throw on the grill? What is your number one meat to cook?
Like steak-wise,
Steak-wise.
my favorite cut is hanger by far.
Hanger?
Hanger's the most underrated cut in the world.
Wow.
And I'm a big chicken thighs guy.
Yeah.
There's so much flavor in chicken thighs.
Boneless?
No. Bone in.
Bone in.
chicken thighs,
Okay.
thighs, all the flavor in the world. So
Yeah,
I'd say,
there is a
some
lot
kind
of
of honey garlic Asian chicken thigh, or just a hanger steak with some duck fat potatoes.
Whoa.
Bad for cholesterol, but fun.
Fuck cholesterol. Eat it.
What is going on with the duck fat potatoes? I saw that on the feed. How do you even get inspired to do something with that?
I watch a lot of Food Network, and
Who's your favorite chef?
And he'll buy duck breast just to render the fat from a duck breast and use that to cook with other things. And Whole Foods recently started selling it by the jar. It's like $15 a jar, but it's so worth it. It's anything cooked in duck fat, except a protein that has challenging or conflicting flavors. I'm not going to cook a steak in duck fat. I'm not going to cook chicken in duck fat.
Right.
You do your vegetables or your potatoes in duck fat, buddy. Let me tell you.
Wow.
Okay, that's beautiful. I might need a second to cool off.
So you
after
say
that.
you watch Food Network. Who's your favorite chef or show on there?
Gordon Ramsay by far.
Really?
Or Sanchez. Big Aaron Sanchez guy. I like the host of Chopped, Ted Allen, a ton.
Yeah.
And Alex Garnaschelli.
So Are Gordon and because I am super into food as well. Are Gordon and Bobby ever gonna have that challenge? Because Gordon talks a lot of shit, and I think Bobby will whoop his ass. Sorry.
You think so? Well, I think it'd be worthy of like a pay-per-view.
Yeah.
Just like the Tiger Phil thing that they were gonna do in Vegas or whatever the fuck that was.
Yeah.
So I would watch it, of course, but I think Gordon would whoop the crap out of it.
Gordon over.
Ah.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Might to see that.
Bobby's my guy. I've been watching Bobby since Boy Meets Grill. So
You're a lot older than me.
obviously, but beat Bobby Flay, Gordon will get his ass whooped. I mean, just to talk and yell and say you suck is not cooking. But
that's not really him. That's not Gordon Ramsay.
that's his show.
That's TV Gordon.
That's TV Gordon. Got it. But yeah, I'm gonna try that duck fat out. I haven't cooked with it yet. And hanger steak, huh? I haven't had that yet. I haven't tried it.
So it's like a 500-pound cow, let's say, only produces 1.5 pounds of hanger steak. It sits right below the esophagus and literally just hangs there.
Okay.
It doesn't do any work over the course of the cow's life. So it's just the most
cooking
tender
up
piece of
any
meat.
whole
99
goddamn
pounds
cow.
as opposed to $25 a pound for a fillet for a beef fillet. And it tastes better than the fillet.
Where can you find it? Like, is it we're
Whole
not
Foods.
promoting Whole Foods or Mariano's?
Yeah, Mariano's or Whole Foods usually cut
See?
it. We're not going to cut it. Or a butcher will cut it. Like I go to Paulina Meat Market on Ashland in Lakeview, West Lakeview, and they have it there.
I'm sure we'll get to sports in a second, but one more question on that. How do you prepare it? Is it grill, pan?
So I'm a charcoal grill guy, but my apartment doesn't allow it with the
Makes sense.
smoke.
Yep.
Which bullshit because the lease says that propane and charcoal are both allowed.
Yeah.
But people complain about the smoke because I do it like 4 times a week.
Yeah.
I just do
Same.
cast iron over the stove. Cast iron for pretty much everything.
Yeah.
I'm a cast iron guy.
Got it.
You cook cast iron?
I do cast iron, and I do the grill about 3 to 5 times a week, year round.
Yep.
I don't care about snow. I will shovel a walkway from my patio to my grill and do that. I'm grilling tonight. When they came in, they saw I was.
What were you doing?
I was brining some chicken,
Right.
thighs, and a leg, and we got some lamb chops, skirt steak, and some brats.
Sweet.
Just doing like a full pan for everybody. But yeah, so when he told me that, I was excited. But I guess we got to do sports.
Yeah, we got to do
We're on
some
EC
sports. I mean, we're talking a lot about Shane's meat, which is all great, all fine, all wonderful, wonderful cuts, favorite cuts of Warren's meat. So when we hop back from the break, we're gonna actually hop into our sports. We got to do some Christmas shopping, man. I'm behind.
Yeah.
I'm late. I need to get some things
Mine should
done.
be arriving.
And the Chicago sports scene right now, the fans, they need to do a little Christmas shopping too. So Shane's gonna help us fill out that wish list. EC Sports. We'll be right back. All right, we're back. EC Sports featuring our special guest, Shane Riordan, on the line. Shane, we need your help.
Yeah.
It is December 23rd. Christmas is just a couple of days away. We need to do some Christmas shopping. But more importantly, the Chicago sports fan needs your help just as much. I took a list. I compiled the current state of our top teams this in the city, our only teams, right? And we're just going to need your help in filling out what does each team's fan base have on their Christmas list. Can you help us with that?
Yeah, I assume so.
Yeah. Let's start with the biggest team in the city right now, the Chicago Bears. They are
Okay. All right.
they are currently 7-8 after losing last night in prime time to the Kansas City Chiefs. Patrick Mahomes embarrassed them and then trolled them afterwards. They will not make the playoffs this year, and they have made the playoffs twice this decade. They are at worst in between quarterbacks, at best frustrated with who they currently have for the future, and now questions are starting to come up about the head coach in front office. Shane, what is number one on the Chicago Bears fans' Christmas list this year?
Number one should be a new general manager. Bears fans shouldn't want anything to do with Ryan Pace because he's failed more times than he's succeeded. I'm tired of giving giving management types in this city more chances than they deserve. He's done nothing but show you his inability to assess talent at both the tight end position and the quarterback position.
Facts.
I'm not down on Matt Nagy yet. With the right tools, Matt Nagy is a phenomenal coach. With Pat Mahomes, with Deshaun Watson, with Lamar Jackson as his quarterback, Matt Nagy is a fine coach. When you have to decrease your playbook 66% to accommodate your trash-ass quarterback, that's not the coach's fault. He could have done it sooner, and maybe that is something that we could consider. But as of right now, over quarterback, top-ranking gift on my list for a Chicago Bears fan is a new general manager.
Do they bring the general manager and Trubisky back at all?
Yeah, I think they're both going to be back, unfortunately. And it's
Unfortunately.
not like we don't know exactly quarterback-wise, veteran-wise, who's going to be available, but with the cap space they have available, you can't pick up Trubisky's fifth-year option and also bring in somebody like Cam Newton because he's still going to require 15 to 18 million per
Correct.
one-year deal. So you're more than likely looking at another reclamation project in a veteran. If Alex Smith somehow miraculously
recovers
and he can run again, then you're looking at Alex. If you want to take Phillip Rivers, you want to give him one more chance.
Oh, God.
He's not going to leave his 12 kids in San Diego.
Right.
Don't forget his fave, Teddy Bridgewater.
Can I get you a Teddy?
Yeah. No, you can, but they don't have the cap space.
Yeah.
Like, I would love Teddy, but if you're bringing Teddy in, you're not bringing Trubisky back.
Yeah.
And
Right.
unfortunately,
Right.
over the last 5 weeks, I
Yeah.
think Mitch Trubisky has shown you that he needs to come back for one more year.
Just enough.
So I think
He
you're looking
has.
at- I don't know if Jalen Hurts falls into the second round or Tua falls into the second round or Jake Fromm out of Georgia falls into the second round. But you're probably looking at Trubisky, a veteran, and a second-round quarterback.
I heard Fitzmagic's name pop up as a target, and then I just started to realize this is kind of just how Chicago Bears operate. Not good enough, but then we'll do a backup plan to not good enough, which is also as bad.
Yeah.
So, who we got next on our Chicago Sports Fans Christmas list?
My favorite team in Chicago, the Bulls. They're 12-19 right now. Once again, they're in a rebuild year. As we saw at the media day, they were shooting towards the playoffs. Although they are only
a game and a half back of the
game
AC.
and a half out of 8 in the amazing East. Players don't like playing for Jim Boylan, it seems.
Right.
Can't say. And then the front office says one thing and does the other. What do you think the Bulls fans would like for their Christmas goodies this year?
Well, they're stupid if they don't just want a new head coach.
Yeah.
The talent is fine. They have the ability. It sucks that Otto Porter's been as hurt as he has. It sucks that they can't get the right minutes allocated. It sucks that Jim Boylan doesn't know a rotation like he would from the broad side of his ass.
Yes.
I don't know that expression, but Jim Boylan does not know how to rotate NBA players. He's barely a high school coach.
Barely.
Oh.
You're not looking for hell, I would bring Doug Collins down from the rafters from the front office and put him on the bench, or even John Paxson.
Yeah.
Put him on the bench. Doug Collins or John Paxson.
They can put together. They're adequate.
Advising. I mean, right now, like, what is your take? Lauri Markkanen is in his 3rd year. He's obviously an athlete. He looks like fucking Captain America.
Finnish Captain America.
But are they developing him at all? All I see every time we go is just him shooting threes all night before the game starts. What do you say about his development?
I don't think they're developing anybody.
Yeah.
When you can't establish a rotation and let guys get used to playing with each other the same kind of way, I don't think you're developing anybody. Jim Boylan has lost the locker room.
Yes.
When your coach loses the locker room, you see him the few times that they do win games, and Jim Boylan tries to go out there and celebrate with his guys in the handshake. They ignore him.
Yeah, they just walk by.
Exactly. It's embarrassing. It's absolutely embarrassing.
I mean,
to have Garpax put themselves behind him for what?
Consistently, nonstop. They always back him up. The but speech that he had last week with the Toronto game where someone asked him, yeah, you guys won, but there's no Kawhi, there's no, who was it?
Oh, no Kawhi, no Pat Bev, and no
Yeah.
and no Lou Williams.
And no Lou Williams. And he said, well, we didn't have Otto Porter and Daniel Gafford. Like, everybody in the press room looked around like, is he serious?
I don't think he knows
So-
what a good rotation actually would look like.
No, he doesn't.
I honestly just think that Gar and Paxson, they enjoy to have someone that listens to them a little more than next, as if, like, you know, how Thibodeau was when he wasn't listening at all.
Jim Boylan he's a puppet.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. That's what
That's
they
why
want.
they like him. They
And
like his
that's-
get after itness. So, okay, yeah, Bulls. They got some work to do. Jumping over into our favorite Chicago baseball club, the antithesis of what you stand for as a Chicago sports fan, the Cubs. Finished the year at 84-78, Shane. Third in the NL Central. Once again, this was supposed to be their put up or shut up year. I went on a rant earlier in the year about that. And they missed the playoffs. They failed, right?
Yes.
And now there's rumors about them possibly shopping their best player, Chris Bryant. Wilson Contreras' name is in trade rumors. Just Anthony Rizzo's name is now coming up that they're not going to even talk about an extension right now. Can you help us, as Cubs fans, figure out what the hell's going to be at the top of this Christmas list?
What do you think is on top of the Christmas list? It's money. Money's on top of the Christmas
Oh
list.
my
Your
God.
parents
Not to mention
give them money.
Yeah.
They don't have it. They can't even look into negotiating mid-level contracts right now.
Yeah.
They can't even look into that.
Where
They are so fucked, and I don't think people really understand that. They literally don't have money to spend, and that's not an exaggeration.
yeah.
They don't have it.
They
went
surpassed
over
$1 billion.
budget for Wrigleyville.
Yep.
They don't have money.
How does that get tied up in the same stream, Shane? How does they say, well, we blew past our budget on the renovations and upgrading Wrigleyville, and now we can't feed the most important thing, which is the content that's put on the baseball field? How does the ownership, who canceled their talk during the Cubs convention that they usually speak to the fans, how do they sit up there and justify that? Oh, we spent too much on the wonderful Wi-Fi, but you know, what you look at down on the field may not just be as great.
I don't know how you can justify it. I think it's embarrassing, and this is coming from somebody who half my paycheck is signed by the Cubs. We're the flagship home of the Cubs, and
Yep.
we don't hold back blows. It's embarrassing. It's irresponsible. It's poor financial planning. But half of it also isn't financial. Half of it is Theo and Jed and Jason McLeod's inability to develop minor league pitching arms. They haven't developed one single pitcher.
No.
Or they just
They
throw it
have
away.
not one. That's not an exaggeration. They haven't developed one arm.
That's hurtful.
By with zero development. Like right now, you could be, since you don't have any money, you got to be looking to make trades
Yep.
for formidable bullpen arms.
Yep.
But they don't have anybody to trade.
Nope. They're fishing Wilson.
It's almost like snap of the fingers. The organization changed overnight.
Yeah.
It's embarrassing, and I think if things go on this trajectory, for the next 3 or 4 years, the White Sox are going to be a better team than the Cubs are.
Yeah. And that's where we want to get into next. All right, we're back. I got a little long-winded there. I was just so excited to get off the Cubs conversation because, Jesus, that was a cold shower Shane just gave us about our Cubbies. But, yeah, like we were saying, the White Sox seem to have an opportunity to really take over the city as the better baseball club. What's at the top of your wish list going into this year for your boys in black?
Well, there were 3 things at the top of my wish list, and they've already accomplished 2 of them.
Ooh.
Needed another starting pitcher, and that was Dallas Keuchel. They did that. They also brought in Gio Gonzalez, who, if all things go well, he's not going to be in the starting rotation. He's somebody you can deal for a bat if you're in a playoff run come July. But he's an innings eater, and they got him before Keuchel. But now you got Keuchel, Gio Gonzalez is expendable. Also needed a catcher. James McCann can't do all the catching. He's
You
not
got the
a
catcher.
every day a week major league catcher. You brought in a catcher. He has Monty Grandal, who arguably is the second best catcher in baseball. Arguably second best catcher in baseball. You paid real money for an all-star, something the White Sox haven't done.
They haven't been able to, right? Like they've been trying. Here, take our money, please take it.
People are not
Yeah,
doing
but it's also a little unauthentic because it's like they put the escalators in there, and it could be worth as much as you're getting from everybody else, but I need you to strike out 900 this season just to get that extra $10 million.
Yeah.
So they brag about having a seat at the table, and they never convert that seat. So I wanted a catcher, got that, Yasmani Grandal. Wanted starting pitching depth because the White Sox haven't had a go-to as a starting pitcher 6, 7, or 8, and now they have that. Got that with Gio Gonzalez and Dallas Keuchel. Want now a power bat to play right field. You got it a little bit in Nomar Mazara, but he's a platoon guy at best. If you're using Nomar Mazara 60 to 70% of the time rotating between right field, first base, and DH, then you're doing something right. But if he's your everyday right fielder playing 140 games, 150 games a year, you're going to have a problem.
That's
He's a
an
platoon
issue.
guy, hits lefties better. Now the only thing I want is either Edwin Encarnacion, Starlin Marte, or Yasiel Puig.
Wait. Starlin Marte is available?
Yeah.
He's a free agent?
No, via trade.
Okay, all right. With Pittsburgh, right?
Puig.
Yeah, please go get him.
Yeah, get that idiot.
37 years old, hit 35 homers last year. You convert that to the sell, guy's going to go yard.
Yeah, exactly.
Shane, got a quick little game for you. Want to spend a little bit of time at the very end for you to let off the one hot take that you haven't been able to get off this year. But before that, can't let you get out of here without a quick little Christmas themed game of Naughty or Nice. All right, we got 5 statements for you. You tell us naughty or nice. Do you agree with it? Do you disagree with it? And your reason why. You ready to go?
Yeah.
All right.
Let's do it. Number 1. Matt Nagy will be the head coach of the Chicago Bears in 2021.
Nice. Too much potential, just with the right quarterback. Like I said earlier, he could be special.
All right. Number 2, Allen Robinson will retire as the greatest wide receiver in Bears history.
Nice. There's not really much to compare him to.
Him and Brandon Marshall right now.
And yeah,
That's crazy. That's scary.
One more contract here.
There you go.
Already.
The Chicago White Sox will make the playoffs before the Cubs.
Nice. It'll be this year.
Damn.
Wow. Number 4, the Bulls will make a trade and sneak into the playoffs as the 8th seed this year.
Naughty. They're absolute trash. As long as Jim Boylan's there, they're going nowhere.
Wow. Even though they're a game and a half.
Hey,
Talking the
They can't
East.
finish games. I got
Oklahoma State, you're right.
The other night at like plus 620 live line when the Bulls were up 23.
Yep, you're right. I came home like, what the fuck? Yeah, you're right. They cannot finish games.
Final one. Being verified on Twitter is actually pretty dope.
Oh, it's so cool.
Yeah.
It's so cool. Like, I let it get to my head so nice. I let it get to my head immediately, but it's the best feeling in the world.
There it is. All right, awesome. That is our game of Naughty or Nice. Shane, again, thank you so much for hopping on the show with us. We do want to dedicate this last little section of our show for all of our special guests to really tap into that inner sports fan. And everybody's been sitting on a hot take that they have not been able to get off, whether online or within their day-to-day job. So Shane, what is your hottest sports take that you have not shared with the world yet?
Well, I don't have that many hot takes.
Are you happy with Renteria still?
No. But
Poor
also,
Ricky.
I don't really think managers matter too much. I think they're responsible for plus or minus 2 wins a season. As long as Rick Renteria stops fucking bunting, taking the bat out of Yohan Moncada's hands, then that's my take.
Maybe that's the take. Bunting should be dead in baseball, you think?
Yeah, but I think that's pretty popular by now with the advanced metrics, and I wouldn't call it hot.
Someone tell Anthony Rizzo that when they just leave the whole left side of the field wide open.
Well, that's different. I think that's different. I got no problem with pushing a bunt to third base if you're Anthony Rizzo. Nobody's going to respect you over there.
All right, well, there it is. Shane Riordan on the ECSports show. Thanks again, brother,
Really
for hopping
appreciate
in.
it.
Make sure you follow Shane on all of his platforms.
I'm following the meat.
Yeah, and make sure you follow his meat. Very important. So,
Follow my meat. Handle it.
Shane, thanks again, man. We'll see you soon.
Thanks, brother. Appreciate it. So, dude, you still fucking with that?
Well, I want to fix it.
Yeah, because she going to come and see it and blame me. All right, so obviously, before we get there, today's Monday. We're in the last part of our fantasy football league that no one tried to mention and thought I forgot. You lost. I lost.
Yeah,
But
I'm
Danny,
third though. I finished third.
Yeah.
I finished third.
Danny is on the cusp. He's up 6 going into Monday Night Football, but he's got Aaron Jones. Is it Aaron? Aaron Jones for the Packers to go against him, and he only needs like 6.5 points. So
You're in trouble.
we are going to have the winner of our league on next week via Skype.
Whether it's Danny
or Gino.
Or Gino.
Wally's World. So
Gino,
let's
stay close to the phone, brother.
yeah, stay close. So let's shoot it over to Danny in LA and see what he's got going. What up, Danny?
What's going on, everybody? Another great sports week in the books means another great edition of the ECSports 2-Minute Drill. I'm Daniel Malagismal, and Merry Christmas and Happy Holidays to all. Ricky, Dion, let's get this thing started. We got a full slate of topics to cover, from the NBA to the NFL to the exciting playoff race finish. Let's kick things off with the hardwood. With the Milwaukee Bucks earning another impressive victory last night against the Indiana Pacers, their record now goes to 27-4. Giannis is looking like a back-to-back MVP, and the Bucks are looking like finals contenders. Not only are the Bucks standing number 1, they won their last 9 out of 10. Unlike someone we know, the Los Angeles Lakers. They dropped their last 3, and their record now is 24-6. Now, LeBron did sit out this last game, and with Anthony Davis putting up an impressive 39-14, the Lakers look like they need a secondary scorer with the lack of production from Kyle Kuzma. Now, Christmas Day is coming. That means a whole slate of NBA games, starting with the Bucks and Sixers, going into the Rockets and Warriors. I know, Warriors fans, it wasn't the Warriors team you guys were expected, but it does happen. And finally, the primetime game, Lakers, Clippers. Who you got? Now, when it comes to Lakers-Clippers, of course I expect it to be a dogfight. Of course I expect it to come down to the wire, and of course it comes down to the last few possessions. But for me, the key matchups are going to be the low-key matchups, not just the LeBrons versus the Kawhis or the ADs versus the Paul Georges, but then you got the matchups like the Rondos versus the Pat Bevs. Bench production from the Lakers versus bench production from the Clippers. Will Lou Williams once again be a Laker killer? Will Montrezl Harrell dominate the glass, or will Dwight Howard and JaVale McGee step up? These are the matchups to look out for when it comes to Lakers-Clippers on Christmas. I expect the Lakers to win this game. Let's hope they do, Ricky. Now, when it comes to the NFL, we got a ton of fantastic finishes coming in for Week 17. Let's kick it off with Seattle and San Francisco. That is going to be the game of the week. That is going to be potentially the game of the year. Not only is that going to determine the NFC West, but it's going to determine the number 1 seed in the NFC and home field advantage throughout the whole playoffs. If Seattle wins, they clinch the number 1 seed throughout the home field. San Francisco wins, vice versa. But listen to this. We can have a 12-4 team be a 5 seed. How stacked is the NFC? My goodness. Now, when it comes to the AFC side, there's some fantastic wild finishes as well. Battling for that 6 seed, you got the Steelers, you got the Titans, and let's not count out the Oakland Raiders. Yes, the Oakland Raiders. They do need a ton of help, but anything is possible. They had it happen last week. Let's see if they can do it this week. Let's see if Gruden and his guys can come out of Denver with a W. And finally, fantasy football playoffs. Once again, I am in the championship game for ECSports. As the underdogs like to say, I wasn't even supposed to be here, but let's see if I can pull away with another victory. I'm trying to go for back-to-back. And that was your ECSports West 2-Minute Drill. Once again, everybody, Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays, no matter where you're at. Make sure to spend time with your loved ones. Hope you guys get all the gifts you wanted. Ricky, Dion, I'm out.